Okay, we talked about classroom strategies. Let's talk about strategies for individual disruptive students. You're going to have some. Even if the class uses peer pressure, a lot of times it won't be enough for some of these students, especially if they have some issues. So again, I'll briefly touch on some of these because parent phone calls I've gone into a lot of depth, both in this video and in the previous video. If you've not watched parent phone calls, I highly recommend you watch it. Private conversations with the students. I love to ask students this question. What would you do? So I turn it on them. If I have a student who's being disruptive, I'll say, how would you manage you? You and I both know we can't go on like this all year. I can't let you behave like this. What have previous teachers done? What would you do if you were in charge of yourself? What do you suggest I do? What ideas do you have to share with me? So I'll ask them. And it's interesting. Sometimes you get some good answers. And now you're beginning to build that rapport that's so important. I'll tell them during that conversation, I say this all the time. I care about you. If I didn't care about you, I'd just put you on referral and send you up right now. But I do legitimately care about you. And what I want to know is what would you do? What do you think is fair? We talked about peer pressure. You can always try those peer pressure strategies that I talked about. If you've got one or two students who are misbehaving, usually the rest of the class will be like, we don't want the hard test, or we don't want the extra work, or whatever the carrot and the stick are. This is a strategy that I'm surprised how few teachers do it because it's so effective. If the student plays a sport, is in drama, ROTC, most students are involved in some sort of activity on campus. And if you know what that activity is, you can call that coach or teacher and usually get incredible results. We have a world-class dance teacher at our school, and if I call her, I know there's going to be discipline involved. Same thing with our ROTC program. Same thing with any of our sports coaches. I can call any of them, and the students will shape up. Matter of fact, sometimes I'll just say, go see Coach such and such. I'm calling him now so that we can get this fixed right now. Or I'll call the coach and relay a message. Essays. My English teachers always get mad at me about this, but it's effective. A lot of times, if a student does something, I will give them a 250 word essay about whatever the infraction is. I do a lot of this with my cheaters. A lot of times, if I catch students cheating, what I will do is I will take the discipline guide out and I'll read it to them. And I'll say, look, here are all your consequences, or I'll give you the opportunity right now. You're still going to get a 0, but you're going to write a 250 word essay explaining the importance of honesty and integrity. And two things happen with this. One, cheating is difficult to prove a lot of times. So I'll tell them, I'm going to let it go this one time, but you are going to write the essay. Now I've got the essay in my desk, so that if that person cheats again, I can take the essay with it and say, I've already caught this person one time, and they've done it again. And also, if you read the essay, usually they're very reflective. I'll tell them it's handwritten, do not cut and paste because you're already in trouble for something similar. So essays, especially for things like cheating, and it makes the students reflect on things. Now, this one, I get why sometimes English teachers get mad at me, but if the student does something annoying like throw a paper wad, I'll say, pull out a piece of paper and write 10 times, I will not throw paper wads. And then whoever you're throwing it at will probably say, ah, ha, ha, you got sentences. I'll go, now you have 10 sentences that say, I will not aggravate other students while they're writing their sentences. And if that doesn't fix it, then I double it. I'll be, now it's 20. If that doesn't fix it, now it's 40. And again, I'll do this for a little while, but there comes a point where I'm like, guys, if this isn't working, we're going to take it up a notch, and you guys are going to behave. So sentences, again, if they do something slightly annoying, I figure the sentences just basically are slightly annoying back. Try to keep the rules of engagement in place. If I know a student is on the edge of getting a referral. This person is out of control and been aggravating the class. I will call administration or stop by their office in the morning and say, you might be receiving this student. And when I send him or her up, I'm not going to put him or her on referral right now. I want you to have a conversation with him or her and explain what's going to happen if they don't shape up. So this is off the books. Again, I'm taking a negative situation and turning it into a positive. I'm not putting this person on referral yet. It's not part of their permanent record and they're not receiving any consequences. I'm just taking it up a notch so that they know I'm serious. If there's a serious issue, I'm going to refer them to guidance or a behavioral specialist to figure out what's going on. So if you've got somebody and you're just not having any effect and you're getting frustrated, it's time to send them over. Rather than put them on a discipline referral, send them over to a professional and see if you can figure out what it is. Again, trying to save that student rapport, and they might uncover some real issues that need to be dealt with. I'll explain the consequences of a referral. When I'm getting ready to write a referral, I'll say, look, you understand that if you're an athlete, especially with my athletes, I'll say, you're going to have to sit a game. Do you really want to sit out your next game? And that will typically straighten them up real quick. And then with my students who are highly motivated, I have some students who are highly motivated, especially the ones who want to go to college. If they get caught, I'll say, look, you understand if this goes on your permanent record, colleges are going to see it. And that will straighten them up real quick. And I'll be like, especially if it's cheating, I'll say, do you know how colleges feel about cheating? And then those students really tighten up real quick. Kind of the last thing that I do, if I'm getting ready to write a referral, I'll fill it out. I'll fill the entire referral out, put it on my desk, and set it there, and call the student up to my desk and say, here's your referral. I'm going to give you one last chance to correct your behavior right now, or this goes to the next level. I'm going to set it down, or you're going to take it down for me. And it's amazing how many times when you get to that step, that fixes it. They know you're serious. So those are some things you can do with individuals to correct their behavior if necessary. One piece of advice, try not to box students in. Try to have private conversations with them or quiet conversations over at your desk, versus if you show them up in front of their peers and box them in, some kids will fall on the sword to show their peers that they're not afraid. So try not to box them in. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes if it's a showdown and they're trying to show you up, you get basically no recourse except for to put them on discipline referral and get them out of there. But if you can, try not to box them in. If you've learned anything from this, please like the video. Please think about subscribing. I'm going to be putting information like this out all year. And thank you for your time. If you're getting ready to become a teacher and this is your first year, you're getting ready to become a hero. We change lives, and this is how we do it, with structure and caring about our kids. Welcome to the profession. And everybody, thank you for visiting Colster Corner. Colster out.